Hi fans of high quality entertainment. What is your favorite American band? I was actually at first just going to do a top 10 American rock bands, but instead I thought I would just talk about some of my favorite American rock bands and my personal choice as my favorite. So if I did make a top 10 list, the bands that would almost make it into the list but not quite include the Jimi Hendrix Experience. You got to give props to the Eagles. I mean, I've never been a big fan of their music, but they're certainly good at what they do. They write great songs, great songwriters, very talented. Just not my kind of, I'm just not interested enough in their music. I find it too perfect and bland in some ways, and I enjoy some of their songs, but I just rather listen to Smashing Pumpkins, Cheap Trick, Foo Fighters, I'm starting to appreciate, Ramones, Alice Cooper, Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band, REM, and Pearl Jam. I like quite a bit of Pearl Jam. So this is my top 10 list of my favorite American rock bands, so I'm doing it anyway, but it changes because I really struggle with what is my favorite American rock band. And I would say at least 5 of these bands could easily be my number one, depending on the year or month or week or day. So at the moment I have in 10th place as my favorite the Beach Boys. I love quite a bit of their 60s music, you know, a lot of their hit singles and everything, and of course Pet Sounds is great. Number 9, ZZ Top. I love right up to of course Eliminator I loved, and then Afterburner, which was pretty good, you know, kind of similar, a bit too similar to Eliminator, but I still enjoyed it enough to enjoy it. But it was after when I bought Recycler, which of course it was an apt name for the album because it was just recycling the same stuff from the previous 2 albums. But still, overall, I think they were a great American band. And what's kind of funny is I'm looking at this list and who I have at number 8. I just did this list today, and I'm already thinking, no, that band needs to be brought up in the rankings. But anyway, The Doors. And like a week ago, I don't think they would have been in my top. They would have been in my top 20 maybe, but not in my top 10. But I've started to re-listen to them. You know, I go off and on certain bands, and The Doors I'm into again, and it finally hit me that this, Waiting for the Sun, is a great album. I know it's along with The Soft Parade, it's Doors fans' least favorite studio album, or one of the least favorite for most, but I was really impressed with this. I finally really listened to it. I've listened to it in the past, but it never really connected with me. But I would say this is as good, or almost as good, as Strange Days. Maybe sometimes, like listening to it last night, there's points where I was thinking, this is better than Strange Days. But it's the joys of music. So The Doors right now are in 8th place. Number 7, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Like one of the most talented songwriters in rock music. His lyrics were way above average for just, you know, fairly commercial rock music. And of course the band is great, and love his vocals. Number 6, The Velvet Underground. I love, Lou Reed. Number 5. And at one point, this band would have been number 1. And like I said, sometimes they are. Creedence Clearwater Revival. Talking Heads, when I listen to like their album Fear of Music, it's like, this is the greatest band in the world. It's, and then their earlier albums, Talking Heads 77, more songs about buildings and food, is awesome. Then after that, they're, speaking in tongues and all that. I never really got into those later albums as much, but still some great songs. Burning Down the House. So, number 3, Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invention. So, not including his solo career, which went on for years. Just, the 60s when he was in the Mothers of Invention, they're way up there. But it's mainly Frank Zappa in the long run. Now, number 2 and number 1, I don't know. It's like tossing a coin. But at the moment, I have Grand Funk Railroad at number 2. After the Beatles, they were my next rock band that I absolutely became a fan of, a huge fan. And I followed them for years, lost interest in them after their Shining On album, which was good. But even Shining On, listening to it, the remastered versions and all that the last few years, I appreciate it more than ever. And Survival, their album, which I used to think was kind of mediocre, it's one of my favorite albums of all time now. And so yeah, Grand Funk Railroad at number 2. And number 1 for me, my favorite American band, Blue Oyster Cult. Of course, they're mostly known for Don't Fear the Reaper and Godzilla, Burning for You, but their first few albums are just classics, and I never ever get tired of listening to them. I stopped listening to them after Fire of Unknown Origin, but still, what a great band. So they are my favorite American rock band at the moment. I would love your thoughts in the comment section below, and tell me who you consider, no, not who you consider the best, but who is your favorite American band. So, it's like nobody can say you're wrong because it's your favorite. I could see them saying you're wrong because you say they're the best. So that's why I'm trying to just say favorite instead of best, because it causes issues. I'm in a silly mood. Molly's going to be here. Today's Friday. She'll arrive here Monday evening, so sometime Tuesday we should have a video or 2 or 3 to do. And I was going to do a YouTube live chat today, but I've canceled it. I'm thinking either Sunday or early on Monday, like Monday noon or whatever. So stay tuned. I will do a live chat soon. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.